Good morning and welcome to News Superfast. I'm Nolan Pinto. First up, now Railway Minister D.V. Sadananda Gowda today gave away strong hints that another hike in train fares is inevitable. The minister, who spoke in Mangalore, said that the hike was inevitable and this was needed to ensure better services to the people. Now the move would put an additional burden on train passengers for all classes. D.V. Sadananda Gowda also said that he is considering a proposal to set up a railway zone in Mangalore. The minister also said the decision on increase in fares and freight rates would be taken after discussion with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In fact, Railway Minister D.V. Sadananda Gowda today gave away strong hints that another hike in fares of train tickets would be anytime soon. The minister also spoke in Mangalore. He said that the hike was inevitable and this was needed to ensure better services to the people. The move would now put an additional burden on train passengers for all classes. D.V. Sadananda Gowda said that he's considering a proposal to set up a railway zone in Mangalore. The minister also said the decision on increase in fares and freight rates would be taken after a discussion with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In fact, the minister, who was speaking in Mangalore, said that the hike was inevitable and this was needed to ensure better services to the common people. Well, the Delhi University suspended 5 officials for allegedly leaking documents related to the educational qualifications of Union Human Resources Development Minister Smriti Irani. Now, 5 of the non-teaching staff of the School of the Open Learning have been suspended for accessing the confidential file and then leaking it. But Smriti Irani was quick to defend herself on Twitter. Soon after the news broke out, the HRD minister tweeted, "Since Delhi University is an autonomous institution, I have put forth my personal appeal to the VC to reinstate the officials. In public life, one should be open to scrutiny and criticism. So am I." In fact, this is what she tweeted. She said, "Since Delhi University, or DU, is an autonomous institution, I have put forth my personal appeal to the Vice-Chancellor to reinstate the officials. In public life, one should be open to scrutiny and criticism. So am I." Meanwhile, Neem Afzal of the Congress also reacted to the incident. He said that it is unfortunate that 5 DU officials suspended without an inquiry. And also he stated that the HRD minister giving false affidavits is unacceptable.
जो मोदी जी ने पूरी हिदायत कल दी थी और जिस पर काफी तालियां बजाई जा रही थी, उसका पहला उल्लंघन खुद उन्हीं के एमपी ने किया है। अब उनको खुद सोचना चाहिए कि उन्हें क्या करना है। ये बहुत ही अफसोसनाक है कि जो 5 छोटे अधिकारी हैं उनको सस्पेंड कर दिया गया बगैर किसी इंक्वायरी के। मैं समझता हूं कि जिसने झूठा एफिडेविट दिया और सरकार और गवर्नमेंट को मिसगाइड किया, उसके खिलाफ तो कोई कार्रवाई हो नहीं सकती है, इसलिए कि प्रधानमंत्री शायद उसको नहीं चाहते हैं कि उनके खिलाफ कोई कार्रवाई हो। और खुद वो ये कहती हैं कि मुझको मेरे काम के ऊपर आंका जाए। तो काम तो उनका ये है कि उन्होंने झूठे एफिडेविट दिए हैं और एक मिनिस्टर ऑफ एजुकेशन झूठा एफिडेविट दे, क्या ये कोई पूरा देश कोई कबूल करने वाला है इसको? मैं समझता हूं अब स्मृति ईरानी जी जो हैं उनको चाहिए कि इस तरह की जो मुंतकमाना यानी जो विंडिक्टिव कार्रवाई है वो ना करवाते हुए उनको खुद चाहिए कि अपना आकलन करें कि उनको अपने ओहदे पर रहना चाहिए या नहीं रहना चाहिए।
In fact, all this became a huge issue after the Congress leaders pointed out that Ms. Irani, in her affidavit, when she was contesting in the 2004 Lok Sabha elections, mentioned her qualification as Bachelor of Arts, which she passed in 1996 from Delhi University School of Correspondence. But in her affidavit for this year's Lok Sabha election, the actor-turned-politician mentioned her educational qualification as Bachelor of Commerce, Part 1, School of Open Learning, Correspondence, University of Delhi, 1994. Well, to know more about this, I'm joined in by my colleague Varghese. Varghese, what is her reaction now? Because now she's come out and tweeted that they should not be suspended.
Well, at present, what we know is that she has asked, or rather, in words that she's put in, she's appealed to the Delhi University, which is an autonomous body, to ensure that these people who have been suspended be reinstated because of what they have done. But at the same time, the Congress has been pouncing upon the factor, and they have in fact raised questions of whether the NDA government is transparent. And in spite of her tweet with regards to the suspension, the NDA government, the Congress has in fact criticized the NDA government with regards to it. They have in fact gone ahead and asked whether there is any transparency in this particular action, and as well as Digvijay Singh, we have learned latest, has gone out saying that is this taking the slogan from Narendra Modi, Achhe Din Aage, is this the manner in which it is going to happen, and will anyone stand for the Delhi University officials, is the question that he has raised. So there is the opposition, in fact, pouncing upon this matter. And at present, though the HRD minister has tweeted with regards to it, saying that she has appealed to the VC to, in fact, reinstate the officials, and that she is, as a person in public life, would have to be open for scrutiny as such, Nolan.
Now, Varghese, is it possible for the Election Commission to take action now, considering that mismatches have been seen in the affidavits?
Well, it is up to the Election Commission to, in fact, take cognizance of it, and they will have to, in fact, go through the matter and take action with regards to it. But it is also possible that someone could, in fact, take the issue to the court, and the court could direct the Election Commission to do it. But since no one has done as the matter as of now with regards to it, it looks like we have to wait and watch and see what any of the authorities will take cognizance of this issue, Nolan.
Now, Varghese, isn't it strange, rather than actually her explaining why this mismatch was seen, she came out with a statement earlier asking her critics to judge her by her work?
Well, Nolan, that was her defense when she was, in fact, criticized by several quarters with regards to the qualification that she has when she's heading the HRD ministry, especially with something that deals with education and also skill-based development, that is in fact highly regarded in any country. With regards to this ministry, a lot of out-of-the-box thinking as well as innovative ideas are to be put in, and also most of the people who head these ministries have been said to have had a good educational background that satisfies the taking up of the responsibility of this ministry. Now, she had been under severe criticism with regards to the fact it was Ajay Makan who, in fact, started it off with regards to her education qualification, and that became a row, and further the affidavits later came into being, where there was mismatches in the affidavits that were submitted before the Election Commission. But she has in fact said that you need to judge her by her works. But at present, the big question that people are asking is that whether the HRD ministry was behind in the suspension of these officials, and that if it was the DU officials who in fact immediately took action, because on the part of the DU also, this is, if you look at it, administratively, it has been a leak that has gone without any prior information, and in fact it is something that on an administrative level, whether the action has been taken to discipline the administration of the university, the officials itself. So that is one question that has been doing the rounds, Nolan.
Right, Varghese, thank you very much for all that information. In fact, the Delhi University, or DU, on Friday suspended 5 officials who were allegedly leaking documents related to the educational qualifications of Union HRD Minister Smriti Irani. In fact, the DU Joint Dean of Students' Welfare and Media Coordinator stated, and I quote him, 5 of the non-teaching staff of the School of Open Learning have been suspended for accessing the confidential file and then leaking it, unquote. And he went on to add that these are officials below section officer level. But Smriti Irani was quick to defend herself on Twitter, and soon after the news broke out, the HRD minister tweeted, in fact, this is what she said. Since DU is an autonomous institution, I have put forth my personal appeal to the VC to reinstate the officials. Well, this is what she first tweeted. She then followed this up with another one when she tweeted, "In public life, one should be open to scrutiny and criticism, so am I." Well, moving on, the fifth accused in the Badaun gang rape case has been arrested. The fifth accused, identified as Urvesh Yadav, was arrested early this morning. Two policemen have also been arrested for allegedly not acting soon enough on the complaint of the girl's family. They were booked for negligence of duty on Friday evening. Now, the police will also probe their alleged role in the horrific act. The Uttar Pradesh government has promised to set up a fast-track court to punish the culprits. The action came 3 days after the girls' cousins, aged 14 and 15, were gang raped and their bodies were found hanging from a tree in Khatra village. Now, the father of one of the girls has alleged they could have been saved had the police acted on time. The girls had gone missing from their home on Tuesday night after they stepped out to relieve themselves. They had allegedly been abducted by some men from the village. In fact, the Uttar Pradesh government has now promised to set up a fast-track court to punish the culprits. Now, none can beat the TTD when it comes to raking up needless issues and then putting the lid on them just in time. In one such move, the TTD today decided against abolishing the Divya Darshanam token system.
At the board meeting held in Tirumala, the wise men of the Devasthanams stopped short of kicking up a fresh row on its snobbish attitude towards the devotees. The board members, led by Chairman Kannumuri Bappiraju and Executive Officer Gopal, decided to continue the issuance of Divya Darshanam tokens without any hindrance, citing popular demand. Divya Darshanam tokens are a privilege being extended to devotees trekking the famous Tirumala hills using the pedestrian path. The tokens are issued at special counters midway through the arduous journey by foot. Those holding the Divya Darshanam tokens are allowed a quick and less hassle darshan privileges. The plan soon became a hit with devotees. Ironically, the TTD was forced onto the back foot as they struggled to accommodate them in the queue lines ahead of others. The TTD had been contemplating doing away with the system even as the news evoked serious opposition from devotees. It was widely believed that the board would formally dispense with the system during today's meeting. However, giving great relief to the pilgrims, the TTD decided to shelve its plans for the moment. Among other measures ratified at the meeting, the TTD decided to mitigate at the earliest the water shortage issue plaguing the sacred hills for some time. The board also allocated rupees 12.85 crores for the purchase of 30.62 lakh kgs of rice and 2 crores for installing LED TVs in the 31 queue complex compartments. The board announced a profit of rupees 700 crores coming from the e-auctioning of human hair offered by devotees. MS Vedanarayana for News 9, Tirumala.